Hey guys, Chad back with another YouTube video, and today we're going to do it again. We're going to do two more boxes of the 1991 Score Hockey. Today we're doing the bilingual version, which is the French or the Canadian version. Series 2, I've got two boxes here, and from the last two boxes we had really good luck finding the Bobby Orr insert cards. So let's hope that continues, because we're changing it up a little bit, going to the bilingual edition rather than the English edition. So without any further ado, let's pop these open and see what we got in here. Again, these boxes are 36 packs, and in traditional Score, old school Score fashion, they are in the little like plastic bag type thing. So so let's just get to ripping and see what's going on with all these. 660 cards in this set as well, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on the going through each card, but as you saw in the last video, if you watched it, the insert cards are pretty easy to spot. These particular borders are the blue borders, and they do have white border cards that's part of the main set as well, but the Bobby Orr cards are black border, so you pretty much can spot them like the minute you feather the cards to start going through them. I mean, you can actually see right here, you get the white cards. So I mean, I go through just to double check, make sure I didn't miss any, because that would be my luck. But anyway, we are kind of looking for the black gold here, so to speak. And I know I probably have beat a lot of this information into the ground, but just in case you haven't seen the other videos, I am definitely going to go over some of the information about these. Again, there's basically this particular year, there were 3 sets of cards. The American version, which was just one series, 440 cards. Then they came out with this Canadian version, which they don't call it Canadian, they call it the bilingual edition. And basically the difference is on the back, it actually is in French. A lot of the wording is in French for the Canadian card collectors. And they did 2 series. And we haven't ripped any of the series 1 yet, but that's probably going to happen soon. And then they did a 3rd version, which was also a Canadian release, and it's called the English version. So basically it's the same cards, but what they did is they went back and they translated all the information into English. So typical for these that time frame in the late 80s and 90s with junk wax, and I mean, this would definitely be considered junk wax as well. 1991, right in the middle of all that stuff, and this is basically when the cards were starting to get like insert cards and special features, and this was a big deal back then. I mean, Bobby Orr was very, very popular, still very popular, Hall of Famer, and basically people sought after his cards quite a bit. And I'm pretty sure that the boxes of these cards were, at least in the $50 range when they first came out, which kind of blows my mind, because now you can get them for under $5 usually. Again, shipping kills you if you order them on eBay, but if you go to a local card store, or if you go to a card show, sometimes you can actually find these boxes for just a few bucks, $2, $3, $4. So again, not going to spend tons of time on who we got, although it's quite a walk down memory lane. If you go back to a few videos, I went through these a little bit more in detail, and but we're basically just looking and hunting the Bobby Orr cards. And again, the stats I got on a lot of this stuff, and if you guys know anything different, please comment on the video and let me know. But basically, they were saying there's over 270,000 of the Bobby Orr inserts, which, you know, there's basically 4 cards. I think the Canadian had maybe a card or 2 different, so from the US version. But basically, it's about, you know, 6 different cards posing a Bobby Orr, and that seems like a lot of cards, but I guess as many as they put out, they're saying that you could actually get one in every 260 packs, which again is a lot of packs to open. 260 packs. I mean, you're basically talking like every 5 to 6 boxes, which is really not too far-fetched, because from the first video I did where I just bought like a box and a half of packs, I didn't get any in that one. And the second video, we did 2 boxes and got nothing. And the third video, we finally, pardon the pun, we scored and got a couple. But I guess it's just, you know, the roll of the dice, luck of the draw, as they say. I mean, who knows how these cards were randomly inserted or not. I'm recognizing a lot of the names as usual. Just find the stats on this stuff, and baseball cards is not as bad to find information on, although, you know, I have seen some sets that didn't have a lot of info from the early 2000s, which is a little frustrating when you're trying to figure out where to find particular cards that you personally want for your collection. And obviously, if you go out and just buy the card, if it's a card that was produced more than just a few of, that's the easiest way to do it. But if you're into the ripping and the searching of packs, you really have to do your homework. So I'm just really surprised at the number of inserts, and that they're not a little more frequently distributed in these packs. But you know, between the 3 sets and you know, excluding the American set, which is only 1 version, but the 2 Canadian releases had Series 1 and Series 2, and they all included the, you know, the Bobby Orr cards. And to find the autograph cards, you know, they say no more than 1 in 55,000 packs, which is a lot of packs. So again, no wonder the value to these cards is not that extensive, but they're still very cool. Ed Balfour, nice card in there. It's still good to look at. Still going to make sets out of some of these. Again, this is a very easy set to send off if you do any of the through the mail autograph things, which is becoming very popular, and there's plenty of websites to actually find addresses to send to former NHL players, as well as basketball, football, and baseball. You can actually send them off, and if these get lost in the mail, or you know, the person doesn't want to sign and he throws it away, well, it's not that big a loss. But if you get a certain person and you send them 2 or 3 of these cards to sign. Well, it's pretty cool. And again, I would recommend looking at some of the through the mail. This is our second box we're going to hit here. Through the mail video series on YouTube. TTM Autograph is one of my favorite ones, but there's plenty of others that do it, and Troy does a great job. Excuse me. Again, these packs are really not the easiest to open. Over time, I guess basically the plastic is just really kind of hardens up, and you would think it would kind of deteriorate and be easier to open, but if they were kept in a really cool, dry place, I guess it doesn't matter. But I've seen a lot of people struggle with the baseball packs as well, so. But I'm getting a lot of duplicates in here, but that is the nature of the beast when you are ripping these kind of packs. And interestingly enough, you know, it shouldn't be a big issue to put the base set of cards together, but I've seen these sets, hand collated sets, you know, they go for about $5. Obviously, if you buy a factory set, it's a little bit more. Sometimes getting a factory set, you can get some extra cards in there that you may not be able to get, but that's the way they market these things. They want you to buy all their products. So, you know, Hall of Famer Adam Oates in there. Pete Peters, I just saw, he was a big, at one time goalie for the Bruins. Eventually played for Philadelphia. Mark Messier in there. And again, a lot of stars, and not so much stars too, but the cards are really nice. Chris Chelios, I mean, great area for autographs, Sergei Fedorov. So again, the TTM thing is really pristine to use this type of card. And again, if it gets lost or whatever, you don't really worry about it too much, because again, the card doesn't have huge value. So we're not finding much in here at this particular point. I hope we didn't save it all for the last video, but you know, just by feathering through again, not seeing any black borders. So it was kind of immediate last time we pulled the ones that we pulled. You can pretty much tell right away if you've got one. Try to make the content of this somewhat interesting for you guys, because it's probably a little bit boring to sit through somebody ripping through 72 packs, but I try to do it as quick as I can. We get excited when we find one. If we don't find one, we get a little bummed out, but that's why we do the videos. And if you guys are interested in any of these cards or anything on my eBay account, I'll put the username in the description. It is MOZ1963. Basically on eBay, I do, you know, sell baseball cards and other cards as well as DVDs, autographs, sports autographs, non-sports autograph. All enjoyed in the hobby here. And of course, if you are a subscriber of mine and you're interested in anything, I will definitely give you a deal on anything I have listed on there. Or if you are looking for something in particular, let me know, because you know, I do go to a lot of shows and so forth, and if you're in the market for something, I certainly don't mind looking around, trying to help another collector. As many of you know, I have my PC Buck Showalter stuff, basically his cards. Still looking for a few particular cards. Collection has gotten pretty big. We are looking not only for one of his minor league cards now. It's very hard to hunt down. Just need that for the collection. Basically have all the Yankee cards from when he was managing the Yankees, and Arizona Diamondback cards from when he was managing Arizona. Basically need 3 more cards for all his Ultima Oriole cards, which are like 10 of 10 cards, and the real hard to find ones are, believe it or not, from 2003 to 2006, mostly Topps and Upper Deck, a lot of 1-on-1 printing plates, and I do have a couple boxes of Topps Total that I'm going to do for future videos, so you can help me search for Buck plates in there. And believe it or not, that particular series of Topps Total, there's actually 8 printing plates that are all 1-of-1s. They did the front and the back. So as we zoom down here, we're approaching the bottom. Not looking real fantastic here, but again, you just never know. A case of these cards is about 20 boxes. And a lot of times you can find, you know, a case for like 40, 45 bucks, maybe 50 even, depending on which series they are. The hard part is to actually get them shipped to you, so that's always seems to be a deal breaker. If you happen to live close enough to somebody, you possibly could pick them up if the person's selling them on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, the last 2 packs. Don't think it's gonna happen, but never say never until you open the pack and look at the borders here. I would say no, based off this. And there you go, guys. 2 more boxes down. Series 2, bilingual Canadian version of Score 1991 hockey. We struck out today, but we got more of these coming, and hopefully we'll find the other 2-3 cards we need. So that's what we're going to do. So like, subscribe, and email me, comment, all the things. Love to hear from you, and let me know what you guys think. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching this video, and God bless.